forget my past. I hear them crawling up the road. Fake laughter is your cornerstone. You keep them all, but I don't believe you. This is all just a little too much for me, and I can't even take it. I feel lost now, found, turn the world upside down on the lines that will make it. Watch me fly through your mind. Watch me fly. I turn your enemies to stone. This is for the times I was left alone. Get me back, oh you gotta be joking. I was a bird in a hurricane, flying faster, I found my wings again. That's me while I plan my future. This is all just a little too much for me, and I can't even take. Don't forget to like, comment, all that lovely stuff. Thank you! We have a Kenobi with us, because Mimi is out, so Kenobi has taken her rightful space next to me. Hey Jane, hey Squibbly, hey Arthur, Lars, and how are we doing? Like, comment, all that stuff. Can you hear me okay? We have had a bit of a mic upgrade, because we have replaced the Apogee one that we're using. I now have 2 condenser mics, so let me know you can hear me, and we're here. Evening Natalie, how we doing? Was looking through and realised yesterday it was my first time meeting the boys 1 year ago. Ah, amazing! Happy Blue Nation anniversary, Arthur. How are we doing, son? Are you good? Alright, Loz. Cozy Coco. She is. Perry, how we doing? Ash, how we doing? Lons, hello! Yeah, she's very chilled. She's just been guarding me from a squirrel in the back garden, which is a baby squirrel as well, which River nearly caught the other day. God knows how that would have gone down. So how are we? Are we good? Are we chilled? How are we feeling? Zaki, how we doing? Pam, how we doing? Hello. Still buzzing, flying from the cavern? Yes, we can hear you. Buzzing from Saturday. Yeah, I saw the clips, mate. It looked amazing. What do you want to play first? What would you like me to play first? We've got so much to talk about. And of course, the news about Marshall broke. Marshall. And nobody, and I mean nobody, got the biggest clue of all, where we literally stuck, obviously, my amp and a Marshall bass amp on the tour picture. It's been staring at you for months and no one's made the connections. I'm very good, Jane. Thank you very much for asking. I am very, very good. Looking forward to Love Rocks. We're looking forward to Love Rocks as well. Lee Graham, hello. He's a bit battered and bruised, but yes, he's in the... I need you to play The Reason tonight, as it's been in my head all day. Even though I tried listening to Watch Me Fly all the way to work, The Reason is still in my head. Okay, go to that Mr. Cavern gig. I decided which gig to go to next. Well, this is a very good time to go. Why don't you come to one of these, my friend? Love Rocks is next. Alfold, Wildfire, Steelhouse, Cambridge, Neem Valley Festival, then the tour, the Attic in Glasgow. Glasgow's jumped up in sales randomly. I have no idea why. Newcastle, Sheffield. Sheffield's nearly sold out. Llandudno, Blackpool, Bristol, Wolverhampton, New Wave Classic Rock Festival, Worthing, then London, Stowmarket, Treco Bay, Birmingham. But as I did a pre-announcement of announcement the other day, there may be something coming this weekend. Marshall News was amazing. Stour Jam, Weary with Kev Priest. I did, so Mimi played. Has to be Watch Me Fly after the Cavern. It was good. Starting the weekend with a beer. Happy days. Happy days. Best of days. We can do best of days. I've got to remember it though. The sound guys said we were the best band of the day. Amazing, crazy. And we had at least 75 to 100 people watching us. Insane for our first gig. Mate, that is insane. I got... first gig we did? 10 people? About 10. Got a cheap Zilla 2x12. No, I'm keeping the Zilla. Hello there, we need to get you back to Dublin. We do need to get back to Dublin. Hey, yes, Marshall Ovs class, yeah it was. I'll talk about it in a bit. I'll tell you everything. Everything. I promise. Just do best of days because it's been asked for. Started off bad, now it's crazy. Do I need to find love? Beg for some salvation. Will it come at a time I need it most? You're not even strong enough to coast. 'Cause I'm not having the best. No, I'm not having the best. No, I'm not having the best all day. Tell yourself you're doing alright. Shall I call you once I know? If you beg for some salvation, will it come at a time you need it most? Not even strong enough to hold your own. Because I'm not having the best. No, I'm not having the best. No, I'm not having the best all days. There you go, a bit of a slow one. Mimi, yeah, she did play Call of the Wild. She was buzzing about it. She said it went very, very well. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there. Janie's hoping to get to Llandudno. Be quick on Llandudno because that's had... The last week there's been 15 tickets sold. I was like, oh my God. Evening, Steve. How we doing? All of them. All of them. All of them what? All of them what? Let's do... I'll do some chilled ones because Kenobi's obviously chilling and sleeping. She's alright though. She just normally sleeps and gives me evils if I look at her. You are my only friend that I can rely on. Time gets the better of us. We all just need to learn to move on. Why do you care what everyone thinks? You're on the street ahead, don't you blink? Why do you care what they think? You're on the street ahead. Steve, go on to the horizontal one. There's two, mate. Why do you care? What do you think? Run straight ahead. Run straight ahead. Run straight ahead. Why do you care what everyone thinks? Run straight ahead, don't you blink. Why do you care? What do you think? Run straight ahead. Look how cute she looks. So there's a horizontal and a vertical, which means I can stream both. So I have two screens basically in front of, well, not two screens, it's on my Mac. So I have a horizontal and a vertical. That means that there is a horizontal and a vertical on Facebook. So if you go to our Facebook page, Steve, you can watch the vertical so you can see me big instead of seeing me squished. And then you'll see Kenobi. Hi, great gig in Liverpool. Thank you very much. That's fair. Hello, everyone. Mexico and South Africa play in less than an hour. I am ready. Don't worry, Dwight. I'm going to be off before the World Cup starts because I am putting it on as well. Go to all the BN gigs if you can't decide which one to go to. Great way. Yeah, you can see the puppy now too. There you go. See what? Okay, seeing the big picture now. Yeah, it's my fault that because there's basically the streaming software that I use. I can stream horizontally or vertically, and I can choose. I obviously didn't mean to, but I've put two live streams. I don't like it when she does that because that means she can see a ghost. That's what I looked at. Okay, she's fine. So it means that I've put both live streams. So I'm streaming on Instagram at the moment. So Instagram is horizontal. So that's how I can do it all at the same time instead of having a load of phones and stuff like that. So yes, Coco is chilled. She's a good girl, isn't ya? Good girl. Good girl. Do you want to talk about Marshall? We can talk about Marshall. I can tell you all the back stuff that's been going on for the last 6 to 7 to 8 months, and how it came about and what happened and how it's progressed and how it is going to progress with the lovely people at Marshall. Would you like me to talk about that? Let me know. If not, I can carry on playing tunes. I can play the tunes! And more importantly, Scotland are going to win the World Cup, so I don't know why everyone's watching, to be fair, because Scotland are going to win. Scotland! Scotland for the win! Tell us everything. Okay. I can do that. Okay, so the photo you saw was taken 4 or 5 days before. And got a hair in my mouth, which is really annoying me. Basically, oh, where's my background gone? Have I lost my background on everything? I think I have. Hang on. Oh, well, it's a very plain background, but that's fine. I'll get my background back. So, basically, and something's happened today, actually, which I can tell you about. I would say... a good 8 months ago. Was it 8 months ago? Maybe it was the start of the year. No, it must have been... No, it was last year. So probably last October. October time. We received a... Marshall slid into our DMs on Instagram. That sounds so wrong. So Marshall messaged us. Well, it wasn't Marshall. It was Joel, the artist liaison manager at Marshall for the amplifiers. Messaged us, and God's honest truth, I thought it was a gag, but he messaged us saying, "Look, been watching you boys. I've got a hair on my mouth. It's doing my head in. Got it. I've been watching you boys, and people are talking about you within Marshall, and we'd love to work with you." So when you receive a DM like that, it's not every day you receive like the biggest guitar amplifier company in the world messaging you saying, "Hey, we'd like to work with you." So after I'd stopped screaming and running round the house. Phoned my dad, phoned Nick, phoned Luke. Ensue utter chaos in the whole band. So this was probably October time last year, probably before that actually. And we had no idea what they meant by "we want to work with you," and we basically messaged them back, obviously, so going, "Oh hell yeah, we do. What do you mean?" And here's our email. And then we started chatting over email with Joel and stuff like that. So they asked us kind of what our plans are, what we're doing. We told them, obviously, what's coming up at the end of 2025, 2026 and 2027. We told them what the strategy was for what we were doing and how we were doing it. And they said, "This sounds great. Come down to the factory." And I was like, and we'll chat some more and stuff like that. So Joel, God bless him, invited us down to the factory and said, "Come down." And we all went down. So we're freaking out, right? We're freaking out. And I cannot tell you how difficult this has been to keep it a secret and to not just blurt it out at any given time. But we went down to the factory, and Joel gave us a tour of the factory, and we saw the very first ever Marshall amp, which is like priceless. Paul Weller's amps, ACDC, not ACDC, Kiss, just so many famous amps and all this stuff as well. All this amazing stuff. And we then had a tour of the factory and met all the people who were building all the amps and stuff like that. And then Joel was like, "You play a blues breaker, don't you?" And I was like, yeah. I said, "Look, I'm Marshall through and through." And he was like, "Cool." And then Luke was like, "Do you do any bass stuff?" And he was like, "Fortunately, we don't do any bass stuff." And he was like, "Damn." But then, so what Marshall then have done for me, they have built me a custom 1936 cab, which matches the grill cloth, same as my blues breaker. So now part of the Marshall family. So we thought, that's amazing, that's cool. Joel was amazing. Joel was like, "Anything you need, anything, you just come back and we can sort it out," and all this kind of stuff as well. Joel goes away. Joel comes back and gives us a load of headphones, a load of Bluetooth speakers, all this stuff. So we were just freaking out, right? We had a tour of the studio as well. So we had a massive tour of the studio and lovely Adam. And then about a week later, I had the idea to go, "Ooh, what if we have my blues breaker and a Marshall bass cab on the tour poster and do like this massive big reveal of the tour dates, and there's just Marshall and our name on it." And Joel was like, "That sounds ace, that sounds cool." So we then went back down to Marshall about 3 weeks later, picked up this bass amp, which they let us borrow for the photo, then went to Trevor Frost Studio, did the photo, that's not AI, it's an actual photo, for the tour posters, and then put it out to you lovely people. So when did we put those out? February? Did we put that in February? And nobody clocked whatsoever. Nobody's clocked that Luke wasn't using Marshall bass stuff. That is a Marshall bass speaker. He uses a dark glass head, which you can see there as well. So that was cool. That was amazing. Then, obviously, it takes time for your cab to be built and stuff like that. And I chose my speakers and what I've got on it and all that lovely stuff. And me and Joel were talking about, okay, this is how I want to use it and and drive it. So it's just amazing. Then Joel messaged me a couple of weeks ago saying, "Your cab's ready. Do you want to come? Do you want me to post it to you?" And I was like, "I don't mind coming and getting it and save your postage." He's like, "Whatever, man. Whatever's cool for you." And then he said, "Do you want to meet Terry Marshall?" Now, Terry Marshall is like one of the pioneers, obviously Jim Marshall, but one of the pioneers of Marshall amplifiers, right? God. So we were like, "Do we want to meet Terry Marshall?" "Yes, we do. Of course we do." Right? And he was like, amazing. So we booked a time, went down. I met Terry, and this is obviously where these photos were taken. And those amps there, the middle amp is the Jimi Hendrix new Purple Haze amp, and the two Sex Pistols amps on the sides as well. Jimi Hendrix and Blue Nation play Marshall. I know, mate, I still can't get my head around it, if I'm being brutally honest. But Terry was talking to us, and Terry was the one. Terry was the one who initiated the conversation apparently with Joel, because Joel was like, "Terry knows you." I'm like, "How does Terry Marshall know of us and know what we do?" We didn't ask him that stupidly. Um, but we were talking to Terry, and he was talking about the Who, and he was talking about how Townsend came in with the amps and how he made it with his dad and the JTM Jim Terry Marshall JTM amps, and they like Doe, speaking about Hendrix, speaking about all this stuff, and Jim. I saw a video clip of Jim the other day talking about Hendrix. Now Hendrix went into the shop and was like, "I'm going to be the greatest of all time, but I want to pay full price. I just need service anywhere in the world." And I think they made 4 or 5 stacks for him, and he put them around the world. So you're sitting there, and you're in these offices in this like amazing studio with like, there's a Harley Davidson Marshall in the corner. There's a Marshall jukebox. There's a Marshall drum kit. There's those amps you're standing in front of, and you're just like, this makes no sense why we're standing here. And then Freya, the lovely social media girl, was there who took the photo. Joel was there, and they're so cool. And Joel and the team from day one have been like, "Look, anything you need, anything you want, just let us know. We'll sort it out if you need stuff." And they have been amazing with. And there's no need for them to be like this with us, because, being brutally honest, right, they have much bigger bands than us, right? They've got Green Day, Jason Momoa, right? And like, I watch Joel's stories, and like, he's hanging out with Jason Momoa, and then it's with us. And I'm like, this makes no sense. But it's really cool. But Terry, oh my God, what a man. He was like, "Look, you're part of the Marshall family. You're with us now. We'll look after you," and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God. And of course, obviously, we had to agree with Marshall that we could release this news like this, because they don't do that with everybody, because they do support a lot of people. And Joel was like, "Yeah, that's absolutely fine. It's no worries." Told him the wording we're going to use, and he was like, "Yeah, that's cool." Terry said to Luke about him being like the reincarnation of John Entwistle, and that's in that picture, that bottom picture. And Luke was nearly crying with Terry, sorry. And then today, what's happened today is, right, and you kind of forget when you put stuff on social, and social media's gone nuts, right? It's gone nuts. We've had messages from everyone, and it's been so amazing. We kind of thought it would have that ripple effect with people, but we didn't expect this kind of everyone. I think we thought everyone would go, "Oh, that's cool, that's amazing," but we didn't expect the amount of love back. We didn't expect that at all, right? Then today, if you go to that post, Terry Marshall has commented on the post, and I'm like, "Oh my God." So I sent that to the lads today. I screenshotted it and went, "Oh my God, Terry's commented on the post," because you forget someone like Terry knows who you are. Oh, that was the other thing. We walked into the reception area, and like, Marshall Records are there as well. And the guy who runs Marshall Records leant over the banister and went, "Oh, you're here to see Terry?" See, that alone freaked us out, because we were like, "How do they know?" Whatever. And then he commented on it and followed. And so, oh man, it honestly, it doesn't feel real in the slightest. I have, since day one, when I asked my dad, I said, "Look, I want to play guitar. I want to be in a band." And he said, "There's only one combination. You have to have a Gibson Les Paul, and you have to have a Marshall." And I was like, "What's a Marshall?" First ever amp, or the first proper amp I owned, was a Marshall, 4x12, and I've never gone away from them since. So it's been one of the craziest things to happen to us in the last like 8 months. It's just insane. But we're also, when we go down there and talk to them, it's like you sit there and you're like, the only reason we're kind of, yes, we write music, yes, we put our face out there and stuff, but if we didn't get the sort of reaction we get from you guys, and it wouldn't translate. Then put into the mix the Chord Company, right? The Chord Company, Patrick from the Chord Company, and all those guys have been stunning with us as well, right? The amount of gear they have given to us on the spec that we asked for, power cables, patch cables, instrument leads, guitar leads. Weirdly, they gave us a massive rubber duck as well, which was hilarious, with the Chord Company on. Patrick's been amazing with us as well. So what we're going to do, I can tell you what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to, with the Chord Company and Marshall, we're going to do like A and B testing of other guitar cables and speaker cables with Trev and the Chord Company stuff, and show you the differences and stuff like that as well. It's not going to be an advert. It's not going to be a buy this here. It's not none of that stuff. It's just showing you the difference that these kind of cables and these kind of amps and having them stuff makes for you, and having that kind of backing is mad. The Cavern was the first time we'd used all the Chord Company's gear, so obviously Luke's got it all as well. I've got it all. Everything we use now is Chord Company and leads and stuff, and it's insane the difference from, like, to give you an idea of the insanity of the gear. It's all handmade. It's all like hand wired might be wrong. It's all handmade. It's all put together. A power cable that Patrick has sorted out for us was 390 quid alone. And those guys have said, how many do you want? And it's like, what? Right? And they've not asked us for any money, because they're like, we love what you're doing. We love who you are. We love the music you're doing. If you can kind of mention us sometimes, that would be great, but don't worry about it. We just want... And it's like, what? This is insane. So, yeah. So, sorry. Let me go back to the comments. I've missed so many. Talk about Marshall, please. Sorry, I've just done that. We want to hear about Marshall. Love to hear about Marshall. Sorry. Yes, love to hear about Marshall. Don't tell them everything, mate. Nah, it don't matter. It's like... yeah, it's cool. Did you try the new Hendrix amp? I didn't, but I'm pretty sure if I asked Joel, he wouldn't mind. But no, I didn't. To be fair, mate, I was on my best behaviour. I've got the Prem Rugby semi-final playoffs tomorrow. Come on, Tigers! Yay! Marshall are a true hero in the rock and roll world. Yeah, wow, amazing. Really interested to hear about the behind-the-scenes stuff. Yeah, it's what's evening, Trev. I can see you. What's really odd is that obviously. We always want to tell you guys everything that's going on, but you can't, because one, you don't want to mess it up, and you don't want to annoy people, right? Thought he was the guy who invented the chocolate orange. I have. Trev is such an idiot. Oh man, I can see what you guys are watching on. How mad's that? It's now giving me what you're watching on. That's incredible. Dwight, yeah, you can't ask for much better PR than this. You can't, and it's very humbling that these types of brands like Chord Company and Marshall are backing us and supporting us. And also, I'll give him his dues, right? Trev. I know we take the mick out of him. I'm going to be nice to him now, which is going to kill me. But Trev's won a Grammy, for God's sake, right? And he's working with us layabouts. And if you go to Trev's Facebook today, Trev had Hailstorm in his studio today. And I rang him today to talk about stuff. I'm just giving him a load of crap. And he's talking about vegan sausage rolls with us on our WhatsApp group. And I'm like, and then I just like put Facebook on, and he's got the whole of Hailstorm in his studio. And I'm like, how is this our life that I can call that man and call him every name under the sun, and he'll do it to me? But he is a genius, so I'll give him that. Fantastic news. Great for you and a guy. It is amazing. We're very, very, very lucky. All right, Shaman, how we doing? Loved Cavan gig. I can't speak. Loved the Cavan gig. Atmosphere was brilliant. / feel good factor. If anybody gets a chance to go to the Monday Club in the Cavan pub opposite, it's open mic type night with bands, artists, and poets, etc., playing just 2 songs each, original stuff with no covers. Okay. I don't know how you did that, CD Lisa, but you pushed someone else's gig apart from ass, but you did say nice things about it. Final company to have to deal with is Gibson now, and you're sorted now. Honestly, if Gibson come anywhere near us, I will freak out. I will freak out. And Trev's given me a head blown emoji because he's realised I've been nice to him. And he knows the reason I'm being nice to him as well. Love you, Trevor. Arthur's love. Yeah, there's going to be loads of kind of stuff we're going to be doing with all the gear as well. So we are going to be going down to the Chord Company factory as well and doing a load of filming and seeing how it's made and showing you all of that stuff, because it's really important. It's amazing that us as a band, we get to say, oh, look what we've got. Da, da, da. But for us, and this is what we arranged with Patrick and with Marshall. To be fair, it's like, look, we have to promote them because it's the right thing to do, right? It's, you just a lot of bands will just take this stuff and run, and we're like, no. We make sure we help the people that kind of helped us, Can I have the Ranger Man? Sorry, do I need to start talking? Let's stop talking now. Other half has just booked Llandudno. Yes, well done, Jane. Just give Trevor credits for writing that chorus. Trev did not write that chorus. How many more times I had to explain it at the Cavern because he was there? Because and it wasn't even Watch Me Fly, right? If I remember rightly, it was Wisdom for Pennies. But he's conveniently forgotten that one because Watch Me Fly is his favourite. And Trev does get credits. Trev gets points, right? And if you know anything about publishing and about it, Trev gets points. So just for the record, I mean it's not much, granted. Trev does get paid when our stuff gets played, right? That's what we do. Admittedly, he's very nice to us and doesn't take as many points as he should. And you're not taking any more, Trev. But oh, Nick's asking me to talk about Darren Brown. I will talk about Darren Brown. A great promo for Marshall would be a live CD. There's no live CD. There's no live DVD. It is not happening. Not happening! It's a far cry from false promises of vegan chili. Seriously, mate, very pleased. Oh, thank you. Yeah, vegan chili. Oh, Trev says it was both and you know it. I'll play a song and then I'll tell you what happened at Darren Brown because Nick set me up at Darren Brown, basically. Still need you on Rock and Roll Circus Sheffield. What is that, Lise? Don't be so cruel to yourself. No other life. I'll be your greatest mistake you make all the time. Give me the reason not to fall down by your side. Give me the reason not to fall down, 'cause you're running high. You're running high. You're running high. You're running high. Lay back and lose your mind. It's easy to cry. I'll be your favorite mistake. Here comes time. Give me the reason not to fall down by your side. Give me the reason not to fall down, 'cause you're running high. You're running high. You're running high. You're running high. Lay back and lose your mind. It's not just a cry. I'll be your favorite mistake. Here comes the time. Give me the reason not to fall down by your side. Give me the reason not to fall down by your side. You're running high. You're running high. You're Just going off track. Track of Marshall. Liverpool's probably the best gig I have seen you do. Having Kit Trigg was inspired, who I haven't seen before, and blew me away. Kit Trigg is unbelievable. Why that gig was so good, I'll tell you why that gig was so good, is because Kit absolutely blew the roof off and got everybody in a really cool place. Of course, we had unfinished business going back there, so that helped. And do you know what it is? It was so odd because I was crap in soundcheck. Soundcheck, I was awful. I don't know what it is, but we were so relaxed. I think I was. I don't think Nick was. I think Nick was nervous. But I was just so relaxed, and we got on. And it was just, we came off stage and we're like, it felt like home. It was so weird. It was so weird. It was so nice. But yeah, it wasn't amazing. Been following you for many, many years, and this could be the best year yet. Always upwards and onwards. Forwards and upwards. Thank you, Dwight. Neil, Rock and Roll Circus Festival. I've mentioned it tons. Tagged you on it, obviously. Obviously. Oh my God, what's the new mic? Picking up all the wonky stuff. You mean the reality? I've got two. There's a Shure KSM something and a something there. Who else other than you is worth seeing at Steelhouse? P.S. The wheel locks on your van. P.S. Put wheel locks on your van. At Steelhouse, there's loads. I'd definitely say Rival Sons, Ricky Warwick. Temperance Movement there, a reef there. I can't remember. I'm so bad, I know. Kevin was amazing. Nick was bricking it. Right, so do you want me to do Watch Me Fly? And then... it's not that I've got a different mic. I've now got two mics. I've got two mics rather than one. That's probably the difference. So you can hear the mistakes in surround sound. Hello. Do you want me to play Watch Me Fly, and then I'll tell the Derren Brown story, which is horrifically embarrassing. So used to hearing the Reason live, I was ready to join in with the drums and bass. I know. I'm like a bird in a hurricane, flying faster than your famous names. Dance with me while I forget my past. I hear them crawling up the road. Fake laughter is your chorus dawn. You kid down more, but I don't believe you. This is all just a little too much for me, and I can't even make it. I feel lost and found, turn the world upside down. Watch me fly through your mind. Watch me fly. I turn your enemies to stone. Times I was left alone. Give me back, oh, you gotta be joking. I was a bird in a hurricane, falling faster than my wings again. Take me while I plan my future. This is all just a little too much for me, and I can't even make it. I feel lost and found, turn the world upside down. All lies that'll make it. Watch me fly through your mind. Watch me fly. You don't fool me twice. You and I know your type. You're mine. You're mine. Watch me fly. This watch me fly. You gotta watch me. You gotta watch me. You gotta watch me fly. That's hard to do without shouting down Coco's ear hole. Evening, Paul. Bit later than expected. Hope I haven't missed any announcements. We're doing announcements of announcements, Paul. Come on, you know this. Ricky Warwick is an amazing musician, and man, I go fangirl with him. He is very cool. He's very, very cool. Hello from Casa Mimi, Mum and Smiler. Smiler! Tiny little Smiler. Everyone's saying hello to Mimi. This song makes me fly through traffic on the way to work. Please no speeding on behalf of us. I lost track of time. Did I miss anything? Rochester rocks? No, you missed nothing. You didn't miss anything at all, Squire. This is all just a little too much for me, and I can't even make it. See you later, Dwight. I thought it kicks off at 8, mate. Oh, Mimi Mum wants a Darren Brown story. Oh, God. Okay, so this is what happened. Bear in mind, I was not supposed to be at this show. Let me take you right back to the start. Mr. Nick rang me and said, would you like to come with me to Darren Brown in Birmingham on Tuesday night because his other half couldn't make it. I was like, of course. Would you like some money for the ticket? He went, no. No, monsieur. Just come anyway. I was like, okay, I'll buy dinner. We went. We had dinner. The first thing to freak me out, I walked into Bonehead in Birmingham, and the lovely lady who was serving looked at me and went, he's upstairs. First thing to freak me out, because I was like, how does she know Nick's here? Realised that was Nick's friend. Kind of made sense. Went upstairs, had a lovely meal. I paid, as I said I would. And then we went to Birmingham Hippodrome, it was. Went into Birmingham Hippodrome. As we walk in, a little bit nervous, it's Darren Brown. If you don't know who Darren Brown is, he is like an illusionist, mind dude. Very, like suggestive, so hypnotist as well, and all these kind of things. But it's really, really clever. He doesn't profess to speak to the dead and anything like that. He's just a very, very clever man. So me and Nick go in, we sit down, and we're sitting in the corner, having a 0% each, having a beer, and like, these two, and people start to mill around us, like to sit down and stuff, waiting for the show. These two guys run up to Nick, with headsets on, black shirt, and goes, are you supposed to be here? And Nick's a bit of a worrier, so Nick's printed off the tickets, got them on his app, and then start to explain to them that I'm not going to go into my app because I can't log in and I can't remember my passwords, but I've got them somewhere. And then checks every pocket in his coat and can't find the tickets. At this stage, I'm scrolling on social media because I'm like, Nick's got this covered. And I see that our lovely brother from another mother, Oliver and Susie, are going on tour again with Robert Plant and Saving Grace. I was like, oh, that's cool, so I'll see that. Right, so keep that in your mind. These guys start talking to Nick and saying, you look like a magician. You look like Dynamo. This confuses Nick and I because we're like, no, he doesn't. And then he's like, he finds the tickets. Oh, yes, you are supposed to be here. And they walk off. Cue everybody around us going, that was Darren Brown thing. You're going to get pulled up onto stage. And we were like, oh, no. And then they thought we were plants. So I was like, no, that's not. Anyway, Nick's bought the second row. We're on the second row. We are a metre away from the steps to the stage. Okay? So we sit down. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is going to be bad. Oh, my God. Show starts. On walks the two guys who had come up to me and Nick before the show. And I thought, oh, shit. We're going to be pulled up on stage. Right? Which is fine, right? Because we can be on stage. We know what it's like on stage. I just didn't want to dance like a chicken or take my clothes off on stage because an illusionist and mentalist had gone sleep. And I'd learn like, right? Didn't really want that out there. Not that he does that for the record. Because what happened was a hell of a lot worse. So we're sitting there, and then me and Nick are on edge, and he does the first half of the show, and it's unbelievable. We're like, oh my God, this is amazing. So, interval, me and Nick go for a whittle, because we've got tiny bladders. We go for a whittle, I wash my hands, I come out, I'm walking out, and I get prodded in the chest by a little blonde lady. And I'm like, who the hell is prodding me in the chest? Look down, smiling back at me was Susie from Saving Grace and Robert Plant, right? The singer, who I'd seen an hour earlier on Facebook had released their dates. Give her a big hug. We tell her about the two guys who had approached us before. Then Oliver comes over, give him a big hug, tell him what happened. He's like, oh my God, you're going to go on stage, all this kind of stuff. Way, way worse. Remember, I'm not supposed to be there. Second half starts. And it's like, right, we're there, sitting there. Darren's doing his thing, right? And he throws stuff out to the audience, like pieces of paper and frisbees and stuff, and starts talking to people, hands up, that kind of stuff. He comes to our side of the stage. He looks me dead in the eye, points at me, and says, "The young lady on the end, could you come up here, please?" Okay. First things first, I'm not a young lady. Secondly, thanks for calling me young. Thirdly, because we're on the end, there's no row of people behind me. I know it's me that he's pointed at. I know it's me, right? I'm thinking, oh my God, I've now got to go up there. Darren's going to realise I'm a dude. Everyone's going to this is going to be bad. What happens when Darren is pointing at me going, can young lady on the end please come up? Nicholas, who's sitting right next to me, whips his head round, and in his head, he says, I don't even know if he said it in his head, but the expression on his face was, he's talking to you, Neil. And I was like, I realise he's talking to me, Nick. So I have a choice. Either don't get up when there's silence, and I've just been pointed at, and the people on our row start to realise that's a dude, not a woman. So it gets worse, by the way. I get up and walk to the front of the stage because I think I've got to let Darren know. Darren still hasn't clocked that I'm a dude. Looks at me and goes, "What's your name?" Which I reply, and people are starting to laugh because they can see I'm a dude. I then said, "Neil." Cue an auditorium of about 500 people wetting themselves because Darren Brown has just realised that he's pointed at a dude and gone, "Young lady on the end, please come up here." He doesn't finish there. So I'm holding this frigging tray thing that he asked me to hold, right? He goes, "I do need a female for this." So you on the two seats up was a lady called Natalie, and she got up. As I'm walking back to my seat, Darren says, "Sit down and get your hair cut." Right. Cue embarrassment. Very, 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 very embarrassed. After the show, we walk, and I could have been part of the finale if it accepted me rather than Natalie. But that's fine. I'm not jealous. After the show, we're walking out, and Nick says, "Wouldn't it be funny if someone got a photo of you being embarrassed there?" And I went, no, it won't. I open Instagram. I have a message from Ben Hanlon. Now, if you know who Ben Hanlon is a magician. He's had a very successful TV show and stuff like that. With a picture of me at the front of the stage with Darren pointing at me. But that's not makes it worse. What makes it worse is the camera guy on stage is filming me. So my big fat face is like 20 feet high behind Darren Brown. So I'm standing there going, "I'm a dude." And Darren's like, "Oh, you're not." I then message Ollie saying, "I cannot believe that happened to me." Ollie's reply, 3 laughy faces, "Me lady." That's it. Nothing else. Right? No consolation. I messaged Susie going, because she was like, "I'd die if they called me up." And I was like, "Yeah, me too." And I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that happened." Her response, "It was gold." No consolation, no sympathy, just this is what happened. And then I called Mimi on the way back, told her what happens. She then began to laugh from the moment I told her to about 3 hours later when I got home and she was still laughing about it. So, moral of the story, don't have long hair, don't sit in the dark, don't let Derren Brown point at you and say you're a lady. But basically, Derren Brown thinks I'm a lady. Hey, I'm fine with that. Does make me smile at your reaction to Gibson the Chord Company sponsoring it. Gibson haven't sponsored us. One day you realise that we've all known for sometimes you guys are freaking superb. Ah, thank you, Mark. Gibson haven't done anything with us. What do you know that we don't? So that was the story. Now the question is, do I have the photo? I think I've got the photo. Do you want to see the photo if I've got it? If not, I can find it. Hang on, let me see if I've got it. Ah, shit, I've got it. Right. Okay. Bear with me a second. I'm going to try and add this now so you can see new image overlay. Is this... I'm just trying to find if I can... because I don't want to give away like mine and Ben's conversation. Is it going to get... No, it's not. Okay. Okay, this is going to... Hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to go here. Okay, wait. It's the end. You missed Derren's reply when you said your name. Oh, yeah. So when I said my name's Neil, he went, oh, well, it is dark in here, is what he said. And then he had a snidey remark later as well, but no one caught it, thankfully. Hang on, let me show you the image. Wait. Here we go. Here we go. So you can see, right? If you've been to Birmingham Hippodrome, there's like I can't remember how many people. There was a lot of people in there. 2 floors, right? Proper old school theatre. 2 floors. So I'm at the front. What you can see behind Derren when I share this is what was on the screen. Okay, you ready? Derren on stage, dude sitting down on stage, me down to the left. Look at me, right? Where's Nick? Where's my brother? Where's the dude that's gonna... Oh, hang on. People on Instagram can't see it. Bear with. Sorry. Copy, paste. Let me just put this over here for the people on Instagram. There you go. There I am. Looking like a fool. So yeah. Dude looks like a lady. Dude looks like a lady. At least I'm smiling. So that is the picture that was sent to me. What happened next was people that I knew in that audience started just messaging me. So yeah. The Hippodrome was where it was. The boys found that hilarious. They also say, thanks so much for what you did. We are just waiting for to frame them. No problem at all. Yes, so there you go, boys. Dude looks like a lady. I have missed one part of the story out. When I'm at the front of the stage, right, and the camera's on me, and you can see the camera is on me, and the whole auditorium is laughing, I thought, Nick will have my back. Who do you think was laughing the loudest? Who do you think I could hear over the cacophony of laughter, laughing his little socks off like there was no tomorrow? Yes, Mr. I could not stop laughing. Hippodrome is what it's called, yeah. So there you go. I'm glad everybody's so much fun. So this song is called Don't Go to the Hippodrome with Nick. Don't go to the Hippodrome with Nick. You'll end up being called a lady. That's okay if you're a lady though. I'm not, but Derren thinks so. So there you go. Oh dear. Hashtag content. Can you play that? Can I play what? So yeah, that's what happened. The only one that cares is Kenobi. Naughty Nick, yes, exactly. 'Tis my life. So from the highs of, oh my God, we're working with Marshall and the Chord Company, to Derren Brown thinking I'm a what lady. Hey. The rock and roll lifestyle, innit? I tell you what I was. This is going to be a weird song to play now, but I was messing around with this. And it's not Dude Looks Like a Lady. Dude looks like a lady, yeah, yeah. Could have been worse. He could have made you think you were. That's what I was terrified of. And he made me sit down, so I didn't even get to take part. If you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. I'm sure I might be rude, but it's just your attitude. It's tearing me apart. I swear I could be true. Honey, so do you. So why were you holding her hand? Is that the way we stand? You're lying all the time. Was it just a game to you? But I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. You have to let it linger. You have to let it linger. Next time Darren's on tour, yeah, see? I'm not going to cut my hair, don't worry. Kerry, that's the best comment ever. Congrats on the Marshall thing. Sorry, have just unearthed an old photo of my son holding Keith Richards' Gibson SG, and he used to play in the 80s. Oh, man. Oh, a massive congratulations on the Marshall news. Thank you very much. Sing along here. Love some cranberries. Cranberries are great. So, yeah. It's been a very busy week. What would you like as the last song before we all go watch the World Cup for the next 14 weeks? So, let me actually... Tour dates. Glasgow, nearly sold out. Newcastle's selling really well. Sheffield's nearly sold out. Llandudno's just gone mad. Blackpool's gone mad this week. And Bristol, which is weird. Worthing I've not got the stats for. London I've not got the stats for. Stowmarket's, I think, just gone over 100, which is insane. And Brum is obviously doing well as well. And there might be some news this weekend. Hey, what can I do? Fades lights down to pitch black and sneaks off. What would you like me to play last? Someone give me tune. Give me tune to play. Who's playing in the World Cup today? I think it's Mexico and someone. I'm just gonna vibe until someone says the song. Boys say echoes. We can do echoes. Please don't try to calm my mind. It's almost over. I can sense the fear inside as I grow older. You don't need to wait. It's time's been wasted. Update the poster yet. Please don't try to break my mind. It's already broken. I can sense some fear inside as I grow older. That's not right. Absolution just takes over. Please just find that peace of mind that they owe you. You time's been wasted. The echoes, the echoes. Scream out loud. The echoes echo name. Scream out loud. The echoes echo name. Echo name. Echo name. Echo name. There you go. Bit of echoes for you. We will see you next week. Go and enjoy the football. I'm sure it's already on. My mum is actually singing at the Birmingham Town Hall on July the 18th. So if you're around Birmingham and you'd like to go see my mum sing in a choir, please go along. Tickets are available. She asked me if I wouldn't mind saying, and of course I wouldn't mind saying it on the stream, because I'm very proud of my mum and it's where I get my voice from. And she'd slap my legs if I didn't, so now she would. See you next week. Go and be amazing. Go and be lovely. Keep an eye on the socials for the weekend because stuff is happening. Thank you for the support with Marshall, the Chord Company. It's blowing our mind and there's still more to come. So there's still more news to come. It's still very good news. It's still very big news. No, it's not a live DVD. You don't need a DVD in your life. Look at the amount I've got behind me, which I don't watch anymore. I could tell you a little secret. I could tell you this actually.